Hello all. In today's session of manufacturing technology, we'll be dealing bending operation. Bending is a non-cutting operation performed with the help of a press. In bending, the metal sheet is placed over a die and a punch is exerted, a force is exerted by punch onto it. As you know, all the outer covering or the body of automobile parts and aircrafts are made by sheet metal. So normally the shape that outer shape of the automobiles and aircrafts and other casings of other components are made by bending operation. So we need a tool known as press tool for deforming the components. This figure shows bending operation. Here you can see a die. Over the die we will place the sheet metal. Then we will exert force by using this punch. So the sheet metal will be bent to the required angle. Similarly here also we apply the force through by the punch and the sheet metal is bent to required angle. This is the schematic diagram of a bending press tool. So here also the bottom you have the die, then at the top you have the punch, and then you place the sheet metal over this die, and when you exert force with the help of punch, you will get the required product. Here in this animation you can see the bending operation. The die, the sheet metal is placed over the die and you have the punch at the top. You can see a bending operation in this video. Now let's discuss the theory of bending. So now when a metal is bent, the outer surface is stretched and inner surface is compressed. So if the radius of the corner is very small, the stress will be well set up and the material will crack on the outer side. The most suitable condition for bending is when the axis of bend is perpendicular to the grain flow. The maximum punch force required for completing one bend can be calculated by the equation L into T into bending stress, where L is the bend length and T is the metal thickness. One concept in bending is bend allowance. As we know, while we are bending a metal piece, the outer surface is in tension and inner surface is in compression. So while bending, the length of the outer surface material increases and the length of the inner surface material reduces. But there will be a axis where the length remains the same, and the length of this curved neutral axis is known as bend allowance. It is you can see that from this figure. So in this figure you can see that while bending, the outer surface the length increases and in the inner surface the length decreases, and there will be a portion as you can see here. So along this line or along this axis the length is the same, and that axis is known as neutral axis, and that is the bend allowance. Here in this figure you can see other terminologies also, like you can see the length of bend L, this is the length of the bend, and this is the thickness of the metal, and this is the bend radius R, this is the bend radius R, and this is bend angle alpha or bevel angle. The bend allowance can be calculated by this equation that is equal to alpha into r plus kt, where alpha is the bend angle in radians, r is radius of the bend, t is the thickness of the metal. K is a constant for the neutral axis location. It can be found like this. And for normal ideal cases, the neutral axis is at the center of the sheet. So K can be taken as 0.5. So the equation for bend allowance is reduced to this equation. If the material is having uniform cross section and if elastic limit is not exceeded, the neutral axis will coincide with the central line of the material. However, as bending goes on, as the elastic limit of the material is exceeded, the neutral plane moves towards the inner surface at a distance of 1 by 3t to 1 by 2t of the material. Another concept in bending is minimum bend radius. We must be careful about minimum bend radius for getting the required bend. Otherwise, the when you if you are not considering the minimum bend radius, there may be chances of failure or propagation of cracks. Okay. The engineering strain on sheet metal during bending can be calculated by this equation. So we can say that as R by T decreases, the tensile strain at the outer fiber increases and the material eventually starts cracking. Cracks will be formed during bending like this if you are not selecting the R by T ratio properly, or if you are not calculating the minimum bend radius. The ratio of R by T at which the crack appears on the outer surface of the bend is known as minimum bend radius of the material. It is usually expressed in terms of thickness such as 2t, 3t, 4t, etc. For example, a 3t minimum bend radius means that the smallest radius to which the sheet can be bent without cracking is 3 times its thickness. So minimum bend radius is very important while we are bending. The minimum bend radius for various materials is shown in this table. Okay, for soft metals, the minimum bend radius is for 0 for aluminum alloys, for less strength materials, and for higher strength materials like titanium alloys, the minimum bend radius is 2.6t for soft materials and for hard materials 4t. Next concept in bending is bendability. Bendability means how effectively you can bend a sheet without cracking. The bendability depends on a factor known as tensile reduction, and that factor is denoted as R. The relationship between bendability and this tensile reduction is given by this equation. The minimum bend radius is equal to T into 50 by R minus 1. So we can see that if in this equation R is equal to 50%, the minimum bend radius is obtained as 0. That means the minimum bend radius possible is 0, means the sheet can be folded over itself without cracking. So in order to increase the bendability, the tensile reduction must be increased by heating or by bending at high pressure environment. This graph shows the relationship between R by T ratio and reduction. Bendability is a very important factor that you have to consider in bending, because we need it for successfully bending a metal sheet without cracking. Bendability depends on various things like the edge condition of the sheet. The bendability will decrease as the roughness increases, and The significant factors causing edge cracking are the amount and shape of inclusions in the material and the amount of cold working that the edges undergoes during shearing operation. Bendability also depends on the anisotropy of the sheet. Anisotropy means variations in physical characteristics of the metal along various axes. Usually cold rolled sheets produce anisotropy due to the alignment of impurities and inclusions, etc. So prior to bending of such sheets, it should be cut in proper direction. And also cupping test can be conducted to check whether the sheet is anisotropic or not. So in this test, if the crack is elongated, the sheet is anisotropic, and if the sheet is circular, the sheet is isotropic. The next important concept in bending operations is spring back effect. We can explain it with the help of this figure. So we can say that when you apply force, bending force, the metal sheet will be bent to this angle. You can see this angle, and when you remove the bending force, it will go back to this position. So that effect is known as spring back effect. We must be very careful about this while calculating the spring angle of the die. The spring back can be calculated by this equation, and you can see that as the spring back will increase as R/T ratio and yield stress of the material increases. There are two types of spring backs, positive and negative spring back. In positive spring back, the final bend angle after spring back will be smaller than before bending. And in negative spring back, the final bend angle after spring back will be larger than before bending. Negative spring back is mainly observed in V die bending. There are different methods to combat spring back. One is overbending. That means the material is overbent so that when it spring back, it will have the proper angle. Second method is bottoming. That means striking the material severely by subjecting it to localized compressive stresses at the radius area. Another method is by stretch forming. Here the material is stretched between two chucks and it is formed. Fourth method is ironing. It is done by here the distance between the punch and the die will be less than the metal thickness. You can see ironing and overbending in these pictures. So this is ironing. So you can see that the distance between the punch and the die is less than the metal thickness here. You can see here. So an ironing effect will occur and that will prevent spring back. Another is overbending. Here you can see that the metal is bent to a greater angle. So after spring back, it will come to the required correct angle. The next concept in this bending is bending force. The bending force or maximum bend force can be calculated by this equation, where K is a constant under various die. You can see the K values for various dies, and Y is yield stress, L is length of the bend, T is the thickness of the sheet, and W is the die opening. For a V die, the bending force can be calculated by this equation. Force is equal to UTS ultimate tensile strength into L into T square by W. So that's all in this session about bending. In the next class, we will be dealing forming and other operations in sheet metal. Thank you.